Give me a second.
Okay, good. Yep.
I don't know. I'm going with my lawyer right now somewhere. Yeah.
They have their Canelo might be the best fight in boxing.
Oh yeah, man. That's fight that we've been waiting for. You know, hopefully it happens. It's gonna happen. You know, it's all timing. It's all timing. It's a matter of just, you know, the right time, and it'll happen. It'll be a good match.
We think that could be like the 168.
What was that?
Break that fight down for Spence.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. I think Ugas is a really smart fighter. I think he's like a billion. He can adapt to any style, and let's not forget, he's a master when it comes to softballs. He's fought like, what, 3-4? And he is undefeated with softball, so he's a guy that knows the stance really well. So it should be an interesting matchup.
What are the chances of Spence getting a stoppage in this fight?
The chance of him getting a stoppage in this fight, I think it's going to be a lot harder for this fight. Again, you know, styles make fights. I think Ugas he's not easy to hit. He's a well-rounded boxer. He's got the Cuban style, obviously, as we know. So it's going to be hard for him to get a stoppage. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but a lot harder with Ugas.
Does he like to stay in front a little too much for this kind of style, like Spence brings with his size and strength?
We're speaking of Ugas?
Ugas, yeah.
He does, but you know, we see him in the front, but he moves well. He knows how to dodge punches. He's defensively, offensively, he's really well as well. So again, I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people. I think Ugas is really underdog, bro. Like really
plus 400, like 4 to 1.
You know what I'm saying? So
you think that's a little bit much?
Yeah, I think so.
Abner, I wanted to get your perspective on two fights.
Champ, I get a picture with you.
What was that?
I want to get your perspective on two fights. Tank versus Rolly. What's your thoughts on that fight?
Oh man, I'm just happy.
Can I get a picture, man? Can I get a picture, man? Can I get a picture, champ?
Yeah. Be best, man. BC. Yeah, let's do it. Honestly, I'm just more entertained for that fight outside, you know, because they really don't like each other, all the trash talking. When it comes to fighting in the ring, Rolly and Tank, I think just Tank. I mean, no disrespect to Rolly. I like Rolly. I think he's got a puncher's chance. He is a big dude. He is bigger than Tank. I think that's his chance right there. I mean, just being the bigger man inside the ring. Because speaking of skills, I think Tank is, you know.
Even with Tank fighting Barrios at 140, Rolly's still bigger.
Yeah. Rolly's a big guy. Ask anyone. Ask anyone that's sparred him. Ask anyone that's worked with him. Rolly's a big motherfucker. He's a big guy, and he knows how to use his body weight and size inside the ring.
So how does the fight play out, champ?
Rolly and Tank, knockout. It's gonna be a knockout either side. It's not going far.
You leaning one way or another?
I really don't like to make predictions with those fights because you know it's gonna be interesting, exciting. I think, you know, there's gonna be a knockout. That's it.
Abner, what about Kambosos versus Haney? Break that fight down for us. That's going to be a big fight.
Kambosos-Haney, listen, styles make fights, and I think Haney has a big chance of beating Kambosos. I know Kambosos right now, he's the hype, obviously, because he beat Teofimo. We just got introduced to Kambosos. Well, at least I did, honestly. I didn't know much of him until that fight, and he's really well-rounded fighter, skilled. But I think Haney is a really defensive fighter, and Kambosos is going to have to look for the fight, and Haney is a really smart fighter on the ropes, I'm sorry, offensively and defensively, I'm sorry, and I think Haney might win this fight because of the style. He's gonna make him fall into traps. I think Haney's a really smart fighter when it comes to that.
Who stands out to you the most at lightweight? I mean, a lot of top guys, and even around lightweight. I mean, Shakur's at 30. So much, you know, buzz behind him, especially ahead of his.
I think you gotta wait for these fights to happen. I want to see how Shakur does against Valdez. I want to see how Haney does against Kambosos, and and obviously the Rolly fight against Tank, and I think we'll definitely get an understanding of where we are with that weight class.
How do you see Shakur versus Oscar? Like, even if you don't make a prediction, like
obviously if you look at it and the just stylistically, you know, and just as a boxing fanatics, obviously you'll go for Shakur because of the style. He's really hard to hit. He knows how to use the ring really well. And Oscar, well, you know, he's a front fighter, aggressive fighter. He throws wild punches. He opens up a lot. So right there, you just automatically, Shakur Stevenson. But there is a training camp for a reason. There is a preparation for a reason. So if Oscar Valdez, which he does, has a great corner, and Eddie Reynoso, they change their game plan and do something different, you know, he's got a chance. He does have the experience. But, I mean, just off the top of my head, I think, you know, Shakur Stevenson is just too smart.
What's your thoughts on Ryan long layoff? Came off a 14-month layoff.
I didn't watch the fight, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so I didn't even watch the fight. Yeah, I was doing the Fedora. Yeah, that fight was, yeah.
Do you think that was fight to be a candidate?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Fedora against Lubin, bro. That was the hard from Lubin. I mean, how he came back. I think it was like the 8th round and knocked down Fedora, and he just took a lot of shots, man. And
we had Fedora on the show the morning after the fight,
yeah,
and he said that he in fact was not
I know. You know what? I gotta correct that. He said he took a knee, but you can't tell him fucking so big. He was going backwards, and he said he took a knee. And if he did, man, that's really smart of him to do that at that young age, really mature. Even after the fight, the way he spoke, like that was his biggest win in his career, and he really composed.
And he's really like a nice, kind guy. It's weird. Like I was just seeing.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, he is, man. He is, and I'm happy for him. And I'm gonna say like this, really happy for him that he got the stop because he was down on the scorecards, which was kind of amazed me really because I thought he was winning the fight, but so you know you gotta knock these guys sometimes, you know, to really get the win.
Lastly for me, Canelo Bivol, I'll break it down. I mean, Canelo undisputed 68, back up to 75, and
yeah, you know, obviously Canelo's the beast right now, the monster, the guy to beat. I mean, he's really unstoppable right now. Again, going back to style of make fights, I think Bispo has a similar style, well, European style to Kovalev, which is distance 1-2, 1-2, and we all saw what Kovalev was doing against Canelo. So, but the only thing I don't like about Bispo, he brings his hands down a lot, too much. He throws his punches from down here. But again, you know, he might make it an interesting fight for a couple of rounds, but I think just Canelo is just a beast right now, man. He's unstoppable.
Abner, last one, I want to get your perspective because not too many boxers can give a first point of view. You suffered an eye injury.
Yes, sir.
Spence suffered an eye injury. How hard is it to see you train with that type of injury? Do you think he's a better fighter since he carried his bag?
I don't know if we can see better. I think he even said that, you know, obviously the vision, you lose vision a little bit, you know. He did have a surgery, and yes, I did have one just like him. I had a detached retina. So it's all the mental, you know, the mental preparation, coming back, how you take it, like, you know, like any type of injury. You're a soccer player, you injure your leg, and you come back, and you don't put too much pressure on it, you know, you don't want to kick as much. As a boxer, same thing, man. You're getting hit. It's a contact sport, so I'm like, oh, you know, you're tentative, you know, to either, you know, get hit but I think he's past that. It's a mental stage that he went through. He overpassed that right now because he's overcome adversity like no other human being. I mean, obviously, I'm just making an exception. Trying to make a point here. Car accident. He admitted that he had another car accident right after the major car accident, like a crazy one too, and eye injury. So this guy's gone through hell and back. So he's a beast. He's a man he knows, you know, what it takes to really come back, and the fact that he got a conditioning coach for this fight lets you know that he's really serious about, you know, making a statement come Saturday night. So yeah, I'm happy for Errol Spence, good guy. We talked a lot during his time that he was going through surgery, obviously, because I suffered it, and man, just happy that, you know, he's back, because we all know that an injury like that is it could have been a career-ending injury.
Thank you so much.
video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.